Boy, there's been a lot of talk about this Mutant Mayhem trailer that dropped 2 days ago. A lot of discussion going on, and also a lot of mudslinging, which we're going to get into, because once again, people are upset about other people's opinions, which always blows my mind. It's like, if you don't like someone's opinion, just don't listen to them. It kind of solves the problem, doesn't it? But these people go out and they want to silence your opinion because they don't like it. So this trailer is about what I expected, to be honest, because who's making this movie, ladies and gentlemen? Seth Rogen, a permanent teenager, by the way, as he describes himself in this trailer at the beginning. He's also someone that said that adults shouldn't be watching animation, I think, right? Didn't he say something like that not that long ago? Maybe I got him mixed up with somebody else. Somebody in the comments will correct me. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure he said something about it. Maybe that was the Velma thing. I might have them mixed up because for some reason, Velma and April O'Neil are the same person now. Maybe they're trying to make her a lemon. I don't know. She's very circular. Why is she a circle now? I don't understand it. Just like I don't understand the reasoning behind why this movie exists. It's yet another TMNT reboot with lousy styling. I don't like it. The only one I like is Leonardo because he looks like he should look. Everybody else just looks off to me. And by the way, surprise, surprise, I hear one of them's gay now because that's what everybody wanted in their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, sexual relationships. I don't think this looks good. I expected this to be bad. Seth Rogen is highly overrated. If you really want to see what the man does, go look at Santa Inc. That is a huge pile of shit, and the media was so turned off by it, they didn't even bother to put any reviews in over at Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't think has changed. So, this movie, very, very low expectations for it. That's what I'll say. I actually don't mind the way it's being done. It's very similar to Across the Spider-Verse animation, the Miles Morales Sony movies. Actually liked that movie, and I liked the stylization of it. But for this, I'm just off. Now, the big controversy is that April is black in it. Honestly, I don't care about that as much. I would rather her just be fit. Like, there's like the staircase right here. You can tell she walked on it. And it's also her greatest enemy. She's hanging out with ninjas. Now, in every version of these characters, she's usually pretty active, running around, like being a journalist and fairly active. And I just find that kind of situations unrealistic because anybody that's out of shape and overweight knows the last thing you're doing is running around and being active and acrobatic. So I think this healthy at any size shit is just getting a little bit too ridiculous. But of course, we have a body positive April. It kind of tells me everything that I need to know about this movie. But here's the interesting thing. So this is Paramount Pictures, 2.8 million, 79,000 likes to 49,000 dislikes, pretty close to getting ratioed. Comments are still on, though. Comments are still on. You go over to Paramount Pictures UK, which has 794,000 subscribers. It is ratioed over here. Just about most of the trailers are ratioed, by the way. Just more like this. The only one that isn't is the Paramount Pictures one. And that one is pretty damn close. And once again, people always ask me, how can I see the dislike? It's because there's actually a Chrome plugin that lets you see them if you have it. But here's the thing with the UK trailer. Check it out. comments are turned off. That's pretty interesting. Now, another interesting thing is maybe it's because it's this try YouTube Kids thing. Is if it's a kids video, they turn the comments off. But then why isn't it like that over here for the Paramount Pictures one? So I don't know if they intentionally did that on the UK version to avoid comments or not. I don't know. All I know is that on the UK video, comments are turned off and it's ratioed. But over here, comments are flowing and we are pretty close to a pretty heavy ratio, which I do think the movie will achieve because it's just not, it's not a very good-looking movie. Seth Rogen, very untalented, very highly overrated. And by the way, turns out he's very sensitive to that take. Seth Rogen gets brutally honest about his movie's negative reviews, which many of them have, by the way, because he's an overrated hack. Literally, all he has is his laugh. That's it, which he uses all the time. Like, that's his joke. That's it. That's his joke. That's pretty much Seth Rogen in a nutshell. But the bad reviews devastate him. I think if critics knew how much it hurts the people that made the things that they are writing about, they would second-guess the way they write these things. It's devastating. I know people who have never recovered from it, honestly. A year, decades of being hurt by film reviews. It's very personal. It is devastating when you are being institutionally told that your personal expression was bad, and that's something that people carry with them literally their entire lives, and I get why. It effing sucks. For Green Hornet, the reviews were coming out, and it was pretty bad. People hated it. People were taking joy and disliking it a lot, but it opened to like 35 million, which was the biggest opening weekend I'd ever been associated with at that point. It did pretty well. That's what is nice sometimes. You can grasp for some sense of success at times. The interview felt far more personal. Green Hornet felt like I had fallen victim to a big fancy thing. That was not so much a creative failure on our parts, but a conceptual failure. The interview, people treated us like we creatively failed, and that sucked. And then there's a little bit more here, but I'm not going to go into it. He's very sensitive about bad reviews. I would imagine you're going to get a lot of them for TMNT, unless one of the turtles are gay. If that rumor is true, I guarantee you the movie gets 10 out of 10s. Brave, stunning. Finally, one of them likes having sex with male turtles. Amazing, stunning, brave, Oscar winner. If one of them isn't, it's going to get bad reviews. Because I just refuse to believe it's good because Seth Rogen makes nothing but trash. Now, maybe it will be good. And if it is good, I will likely tell you it is because I don't ever hide how I feel about things. Picard Season 3 is a great example of that. A lot of people don't like that I like that show, but it is what it is. I like the show quite a bit. So, I just think that this is a little ridiculous. And look at what people are doing. A lot of mudslinging. This is very dark. Telling a woman not to voice her opinion, insulting my looks when they have nothing to do with the conversation, calling me dumb when they don't understand my words. For such tolerant people, they really are pathetic. That's true. The loving and accepting crowd is some of the most vicious, nastiest people I've ever seen. These people, like I've said before, will take a brick and a sock and bash your face in because you don't like something that they do. So look at this. You shouldn't talk about yourself like this. Frumpy, overweight, and ugly. Pretty sure there's a difference between not liking something and calling it a catastrophe for clicks. Dumbo. Well, you have not said anything, but bigots like you can't just not resist. So, of course, if you don't like the new April, who looks like a potato, you're now a racist and a sexist, and you're also mad because you can't masturbate to her or something, which another huge YouTuber decided to say the other day. Angry Joe, racist. April O'Neil's white, not black. I'm tired of being replaced. This is BS. Woke, woke, woke. Not racist weirdos. I don't care that she's black. Why isn't this 12-year-old hot and sexy instead of ugly and fat? Can't wink. Rest of us, who the F cares? Is it a good movie? Now, I do agree. Is it a good movie? Highly doubt it will be, but is it going to be a good movie? However, the fat April is stupid. No one's saying that she needs to be sexy. I'm just saying she shouldn't be fat. But, it doesn't matter. And honestly, she is a white woman, a redhead too. It's another example of a redhead being race swapped, which seems to be a running thing. It's like when a Hollywood producer sees a redhead in an original property, they're like, oh, perfect. We can change that one right away. I think at this point, you can't ask, does Hollywood have a problem with redheads? But this is a stupid take. And, I don't understand the catering to weirdos with shit like this and sounding off on it and attacking probably your own fan base here, because I'm sure you've got crossover with a lot of the people that you're insulting. Come on. Stop. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. What do you think about this? What are your thoughts on the Turtles movie? I'm curious to see if any of you think that this looks good. Which one do you think is going to like male turtles? My guess, Donatello. Anyway, comment, like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.